Today we are going to look at a very simple tutorial about the most simple application you could ever build with Olympe DRAW. It's a Hello World application, so anyone familiar with any software development platform is familiar with the concept of a Hello World simple app that does nothing except displaying a Hello World string. So as we saw in the tutorial about the UI tool of the Olympe DRAW framework, when we log in, we have an empty project or folder editor in this case, with the option of creating a folder and project. Here we are going to choose a project, very simple one, and we are going to name it Hello World. As you saw, we just dragged and dropped the project brick into the editor, and here we go. We just created a project. If you look at the documentation, there's no documentation, right? Why? Because as we saw that in the UI tool again, here the spec doc, that's the place where you are going to say hello world app summary, okay? And the description is going to be hello world description. This app does nothing special. Okay, why do I do that? Just to show you that that's how you document your bricks. And here, if you click the I, well, you have your summary and you have your description. So in case there were multiple applications, like it is the case in the sample folder when you log into Draw for the first time, here you can browse it and you say, okay, I have my tooltip that displays my summary and I can dive into it. Okay, so once I open the project, I can collapse my Learn the Basics because we had a tool about this. You have all the possible bricks you can use to build an application inside your project. Okay, since it's the most simple application ever, we are not going to deal with creating a data model, no data type, nothing, no API to manipulate the data. So this is the most simple low-code application you could ever build. And we are going for this to add a UI app. And this UI app is going to be named again Hello World. We can call it app, but the name itself should suffice. Okay, you double click on it. So first, before you double click on it, because here we're going to see that we have the screen flow editor on a single screen. As soon as you have created an app, you can execute it. So here you can run it on a phone. So if you have a phone, you can scan that. Don't do it because this app at the end of this tutorial is going to disappear. So, but it's just to show the concept. You can also copy paste the link, or you can run it in your browser. And for the purpose of this demo, I'm going to execute it in my mobile phone simulator here. So you can see it being loaded on the right. So it's loaded on the right. I can activate also the tab where I loaded it. And you see it's nothing, it's empty. And that's normal. That's expected because I just dropped the brick on the screen. Okay, now you can double click on it. And you have a single screen, and that's fine. I don't want to add many screens, so I'm in my screen flow editor. I double click again, and here we go. We are in the visual editor, and we see that it's empty, and it's empty here. Fine. Okay, so what do I want to do? Let's just add a simple label that's going to display Hello World. So I grab my label brick. I could grab any other brick, but I want a label. I drop it here on the screen. As soon as it's on the screen, you see it appears on the live application. So you can try it on your own, at home or in your office or anywhere. And you'll see that it's not black magic, it's just the way the Olympe platform works. It's real time. Anything you do is executed real time and synchronized between all your clients with the orchestrator in the background on the Olympe framework. So, as soon as you have it here, you can position it, average, here on the left, or you can even center it. So the positioning would be here. So here, X, I could decide to center it, and it would appear here. The text is not centered, but the control is centered. So to make sure that we see it, I'm going to add a border, and here we see that it's centered. Centered means whatever I do, I can move it along, but it's going to remain centered. Okay, I can resize it. It's going to remain centered. So here, the text is going to be hello world. And as you see, I type the text, it appears instantaneously on my device, whichever it is. Okay, and that's it. Here you have your hello world application, right? You could even make it fancier by grabbing a button, and again, you can center it, make it look nice, and you can say, you can make it say hi, you know, and here again, so we are going to handle an event on the button. So here we see we had the properties for each control. You can adjust the look and feel. So for instance, here in this tab, I can adjust the radius of my button and make it a rounded button. Okay, you see, it appears here in real time. And we can also handle events. And in the event, we just jump into an action editor, and we can display an alert on the screen, show an alert dialog. So an alert dialog is an action, a brick, where you can say text content, hello world. The title can be hi, and that's it. And we are going to connect it. So once I am done connected it, I can test my app. I could test it here, but this time let's try in the web browser. And I have my instance running here, which is a separate instance from this one. I press my hi button, and here we go. I have my alert box being displayed on the screen. So that's it for the most simple app ever. In the next tutorial, we'll move on to something a bit trickier. Thanks for watching.